Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, I like to say thanks for all the support you've given me and this community as we built this community. Now, I was sitting down, it's like, you know what, we got to talk about something interesting today. And I think the most interesting thing in the world right now, well, not right now, it's always, is money, right? Because back in the day, right, if you look at in the Bible, all the biblical stuff, people used to fight wars about three things, right? Money, land, and women, right? So land, it's like the land. Money, it's like gold, diamond, resources, and then women, right? Those are the things people used to fight about. Now, if I mix them in order, you guys can correct me. But nowadays, people still fight about resources. In a lot of wars, right? It's about resources. When a country invade the other country, 90% of the time it's about resources, and resources come money. They don't fight about women anymore. So. But for now, let's say you like, you know what? I want to live outside of these United States and live in places like Colombia, Dominican Republic, Panama, whatever it is that you decide you want to live. And there are many people who want to do that right now. But can you guess what's the one thing that is stopping them? The main thing. It might be two things. For me, it was two things, right? In the beginning, it was two things. One, it was money, and the second thing was my family. To be specific, my older brother. But now, I don't have any of those obstacles. So for most people out there, they have one of those two things, right? Either family or money, right? Those two things. So if you eliminate both of those things, then you don't have no obstacles. But you're like, well, Edwin, how am I going to eliminate money? Well, I don't have any. Well, you're in the right place. If you go back and watch all of the videos from start to finish, right, you will see somewhere in there what I give my strategy on how to get rich. Like I said many times, you can do it in 2 years. You can do it in 1 year. You have to have more money to invest. But you can do it in 2 years or 5 years safely. But on the safer side, 10 years, you can invest in 10 years and don't never have to worry about money again. So let's say, for me right now, I invest in Yieldmax, Ron Hill, Defiance, and some of those, I call them extreme high yield because they pay more than 10-15%. They're in the 100, 110%, 90%, 80%, 60%. So I call them extreme high yield, right? High yield would be, for me, would be like a JEP, JEPQ. That's considered high yield, right? Now I invest in those also. But if you want to accelerate your money-making journey to be able to retire early and live whatever you want to live in the world, you gotta have a strategy, right? Now you got those two obstacles. The one is we can talk about today, the money, the family. But I can help you with the family issue, but I can help you get to the money to be able to leave these United States and live anywhere you want to live in the world. Panama, Colombia, Europe, in Europe somewhere, Asia, England, Iceland, Philippines, Bangkok, wherever you want to live, right? By watching this channel, except you under the rock or you just too dumb to figure it out, you will see everything that happens every day that I do, right? And guys, I say this, right? To be able to live outside this United States, $2,000 a month is more than enough to live, especially if you're just by yourself. Even if you have family, $2,000 a month is more than enough. Now, if you want to go out there and live like a big shot, like a gringo, That's how they call it in South America. Americans gringo. If you want to go live like a gringo, yeah, then you're gonna be paying more than that. But in a lot of places, I mean, you can live on $2,000 a month, you know, and don't even have to worry about it. With $2,000 a month, I live in Colombia. I got two apartments in Colombia. One I own, one I rent. And then with those utilities combined, I show you guys that, I believe. If I didn't on this channel, my other channel, what I'm spending about $1,200 a month. And that's utilities and rent for two apartments, right? Two apartments. Now imagine if I didn't have the other apartment I was paying for, that was renting out on Airbnb, I wouldn't even have that much. I'll be paying half of that, right? Because my apartment that I rent on Airbnb, the utilities is very, very high. I spend almost $300-400 a month just for utility, property management, HOA dues, all that stuff added. But if you were renting, even you're paying $600-700 a month for rent, you can spend another $300 for utilities. You have $1,000 to live on, right? In a lot of these places, food, you're buying food fresh from the market. You might buy certain things from the supermarket, but you're buying food fresh from the market. Okay, in Colombia, I mean, we spend, every time we go to the market, maybe $50 per week, and that money will buy stuff for multiple weeks, right? Even though we're just buying stuff for that week. So the strategy is, as I tell you guys, I show you guys. I said when I talk to people, I'm giving you guys the beans. When I talk to people, consultant 101, I tell them, I said, do you have a Roth? He said, yes. You got a Roth? Good. Do you have a regular brokerage account? No. Okay. Well, open 2 additional brokerage accounts. But why do I need 2 brokerage accounts? Well, this is how I do it, and this is how I tell people to do it. Right? You have 2 additional brokerage accounts. You try to maximize your Roth. If you're under 50, I believe it's $7,000 a year. If you're above 50, like myself, I know I did $8,000 this year. So I tell people, maximize your Roth, pay it out, invest the money, and invest into your Roth. Now, your second brokerage account, we're gonna buy some dividend investment. Well, that account is just for your dividend investment, right? And these dividend investment can be anywhere from extreme high yield, which I would say keep them under 10, and then you have a bunch of high yields and lower yield investment that pay dividend in there. The goal is, right, to invest majority of your income or your funds into the extreme high yield and have them pay you dividend, right? So let's say you need $2,000 a month. By the time you invest $40,000-50,000, you'll be getting $2,000 a month. Okay, but that's not relatively safe because those yields can go up and down and drop. So the goal is to maybe generate maybe $5,000 a month. When you're generating $5,000 a month, then you can say, you know what, it's time for me to retire. Reason being, you can take out of the $5,000 a month, you can reinvest $2,000 a month, right? And you still got $2,000 a month to where you can live off of, right? Right? You reinvest $2,000. You got $2,000 a month you can live off of. Now you have $1,000 to where you can put into your other account, right? So you're investing $3,000 a month, right? You're getting 5, you reinvest 3. 2 back into your dividend account that paying you to live outside the country, right? And then the other amount, you're gonna put that into your growth account. You're gonna put $1,000 a month into your growth account. Now you can buy anything like Microsoft, Amazon, Palantir. I love Palantir. I have over 250 positions in Palantir, right? Almost 260 because I have some in my Robinhood account. You can invest in that account with your growth, right? That is just for growth funds that don't already pay dividend. Even if they pay dividend, I believe Apple pay dividend, but it's like it's like a bank account, right? Where you the zero point whatever percent. So you don't really care about the dividend from the Apple account. You care more so about the growth, right? So you're gonna put that into the account. Now you don't have to put the whole thousand. You can do $500 a month. That's more than enough to invest into your growth account. Now you got that $2,000 a month that you can live off of. Now you can say, you know what? I can go outside the U.S. and live, but you're like, okay, but and what about them other accounts that I have? So when you start reinvesting, now you can say, you know what? 1 month I'm gonna put 1,000 into my growth account, right? And then the other month I'm gonna put it back into my lower yield investments. You understand? Your lower yield investments, those investments like a JEPI, JEPQ, SCHD, you want to put money into that investment. Now, the goal is, right, to be able to get those lower yields funds to pay you enough to where no matter what happened to the higher yield funds, you still can maintain your life and live outside the United States of whatever you want to live, even in the US, whatever your budget is, right? You want to get that amount. So the goal is to invest into your lower yield. Now you can track those, just like I use the Snowball Analytics. You can use that tracker. It's pretty good. As I'm learning how to use it every day, and I learn new stuff about it every day. It's just a big old bucket of tools that provide a lot of different things that you need, right? So you start to invest. Now, before I started investing into the higher yield, extreme high yield, I was already investing in that, but before I started throwing a lot of money into that, I was already generating around $24,000 a year. So technically, I wasn't making enough money to decide if I decided to move outside the country to go with no issues. But the reason I couldn't go because of family, you can just leave and go when I have family to take care of. Now that all of that's been taken care of, I can go and travel whenever I want to. Now I have my girls, of course, the baby and my oldest daughters, right? But the baby need more than the oldest need more too now that I see. But the baby, the ones I really give a lot of my attention to because the other kids are already grown. So if you guys miss anything I'm just saying, you can always comment or set up a one-on-one. Like I said, starting January, we're gonna start charging, right, for the one-on-one. If you guys want to schedule one-on-one, and we're gonna start the membership in the community. And I've got a few positive feedback from people that subscribe to the channel, who's excited about investing in the future. And like I said, this channel is mainly to help you guys, to show you what I do and give you guys the opportunity to follow and get out of the rat race, right? And I always tell you, make sure you understand what you're doing before you start buying. You don't say, oh, Edwin buying this, so I'm going to buy it. No, understand what you're buying. There's risk involved. It goes up and down. So that's why I'm telling you guys now, this is the strategy. This is what I do, right? Now, in order to expedite my income, right, to get it to the next level, right, especially for my daughter, she's probably the main reason more than anything else, trying to get that income to pay for her tuition. I was like, you know what, I can put more money into this fund and then make that money to invest to get to her, to make more money to pay for her tuition. And at this point, as you guys know, we have almost $50,000 a year in an account that was just started recently, right? Because I used to use that account to invest. The Robinhood, that was my account. I used to invest in crypto, right? Because I moved all the other funds. I just want to keep crypto there. But it was just easier to transfer money into Robinhood faster because it's when you transfer funds from your bank account, I got that instant, whatever they call it, instant deposit. The funds is there right away, and I can invest that money right away, put that money to work. So, and also you can do fractional share, which I love because sometimes I want to buy $1 or $2, just depending on the position. I want to put a little bit of money in here and there, and I can't do that with E-Trade because I couldn't do it. I left that. I do that with Fidelity. I've been with Fidelity forever, and that works out. Also, I got ChartSwap. Charles Schwab don't allow you to do fractional share either. So of course, I can't do fractional share there. They say they do, but I've never been able to do it. But they say they do, but I have a big enough portfolio in Charles Schwab that I don't have no problem, buying stuff in Charles Schwab. I use the money from my investment in Charles Schwab to pay for my Tesla. Sooner or later, I will start adding more investments into Charles Schwab to pay for my bills. But right now, I'm only paying for my Tesla out of that account. Now, also, if you guys interested in buying a Tesla, any one of you guys interested in buying a Tesla, depending on what Tesla got different incentives different incentives, right? That you can, if you go to buy Teslas or whatever, right? I just said I can earn $1,000 by giving up to $2,000 off on a new Tesla. So if you decide to buy a Tesla gonna give me a little money, but you're gonna get up to $2,000 off your next Tesla. So if you guys need to buy a Tesla, let me know. I don't know how I can share this referral code in the thing, but I'm gonna try to share it, and I'm gonna start talking about this since I got a Tesla. I just bought a Tesla. Hopefully I can pay this sucker off and take it to the DR. I don't want to take it to Colombia because of the war in Cartagena, so I don't want to take it there. But if you want to buy a Tesla, hit your boy up, send me an email. But I'm gonna post the Tesla referral thing if I can do it in the description. But guys, so the growth positions, right? You're just gonna invest little by little because the growth is there for later on, right? And the goal for me in my growth portfolio is to get up to 1,000 shares in everything that I have in my growth portfolio. That can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. But, and the thing about it is, let's say you buy a Tesla. Right now, Tesla is, I don't know what it last, and it was like $300 something for a share. If Tesla get to, let's say they get to $1,000 or whatever number they decide to get to, they're gonna do another split, right? Now, let's say you have 200 shares of Tesla. If Tesla do a 3-for-1 split, now you're gonna have additional, right? If you got 3-for-1, right? Literally 3-for-1. If you got 200, now the 200 gonna be 600, I believe. I'm saying that right? Right? 3-for-1. So, or it's gonna be 600 or 900, whatever the number is, right? If they give you 3 for your 1, so that would be 900 shares, right? If you got 200, right? Am I saying that right? 800 shares, right? Yeah, 800, 2222. Okay, 800. So now you have 800 shares of Tesla, and of course Tesla's not going nowhere no time soon, right? So, and then if it gets back to another 1,000 and they do another split, whatever the number is, you get that number added to your Tesla. Now, at some point, if you need to pull some money out of there, you have to sell it to pull that money out. But listen, the difference is if it's in your, and also I tell you guys, right? The same thing that I have in my growth portfolio, I have all of those in my Roth IRA, right? I put the same thing in my Roth. Everything in my growth is in my Roth. Everything is in my dividend investment positions is in my Roth. The reason why is I can only invest $7,000 a year, $8,000 a year into my Roth, right? I'm trying to give you guys enough information before in the time being. I don't want to make the video too long, but I invest $8,000 a year into my Roth, and then sometimes I would transfer, if I leave a job and I have a 401k, I would transfer that 401k to my rollover, and then I would transfer that from my rollover to my Roth and pay the taxes, right? Even though it's income, but it doesn't matter. I go ahead and pay the taxes. The reason being, I'd rather pay the taxes now than have it in the account and it grows to $100,000, now I have to pay taxes on $100,000 instead of having maybe $10,000, $20,000 in there, and I got to pay their taxes now to transfer that money over, right? So you're paying less amount of tax because the money is going to grow. I can't touch that money. Well, I can touch it, but I don't need to touch it until I'm 59 and a half, right? Then I can pull that money out. But I won't even need that money. It's going to sit there as long as I need it to sit there until the government say, okay, you know what, you need to start pulling this money out now, or else we're going to charge you whatever the case is. I haven't been there yet, so I don't know, right? And I haven't looked it up. But the goal is to pay the taxes now so you don't pay the taxes later. And if you buy Microsoft, Nvidia, all of those companies, right, and they go up, they're gonna do another split. When they get to 1,000, 2,000, whatever the amount is that they feel like, you know what, we need to do another split to get more people in to buy these stocks. They're gonna do another split, and guess what? Your bundle is getting bigger and bigger, right? And I don't think it's been more than 5 years since Tesla did a split. Maybe it have been, but I don't think it's been more than 5 years. Maybe it have. It just seemed like it was yesterday. But they did a split. So, and back then, I think it was probably more than that. But back then, I wasn't investing into the market like I am now, right? I was just doing whatever I was doing with my 401k. That's it. I wasn't investing in Roth, none of that stuff. I wasn't doing none of that, right? Because I didn't know any better. Now, I'm giving you guys the game here, right? If you put that money into your Roth, whatever you make in that Roth is tax-free. Tax-free, right? People go to school, they get a degree so they can make more money. But then they never invest their money to make more money, right? You can ask most people today, they're like, yo, man, how much money you make? Like, why you want to know how much I make? Well, I make $120,000. Okay. So how much do you spend? Yeah, I don't know. I spend a lot. Because people don't know what to spend. So how can you invest money if you don't know how much you have to invest? You don't want to invest. We all did this before. I don't want to invest money, and then in the end, I'm like, oh shit, I need money now. I gotta go pull money out of my investment or pull money out of my savings account that I save money. I done it back then when I was learning how to invest and how to save. Right? That's why when I talk to you guys, when I do that consultation, I go over your income and say, okay, well, this is what you need. And guys, it's okay to use margin. I don't recommend it, but it's okay. But you gotta play it safe, and you gotta have a bundle of money set on the side just in case you get a margin call that you can deposit that will take care of that. Okay? And then you can use margins to grow, and when you get to a certain level, then you get like, okay, well, I need to cut that back. Stop paying down the margins, and then get my money and invest it into your lower yield. Right? Because like I said, it don't take much to generate $2,000 a month. $50,000 in some extreme high yield will give you probably close to $5,000. I mean, 50,000 is a high yield. Will give you close to $5,000. So if you need 2,000 and you're getting 5, and you're still working, and you say, I got a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, you just accelerated your plan. So now that you know how to do that, you can say, okay, well, I need to invest in some SCHD, I need to invest in some MO, I need to invest in some O, right? QQQY, SPY, JPJQ, okay? Just to name a few. And guys, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to motivate you guys, right? There's no secret in this stuff. It's pretty simple. I tell you guys, I don't read no charts, no graph. I don't do none of that stuff. I just look at the information that's out there, and they show me this company been doing good for the last 25 years. And I tell you guys about the dividend kings and the dividend aristocrats all the time. You can pick from there and don't have to worry about nothing and be safe. You know what I mean? So guys, I was telling y'all, that I bought me a Corvette, right? A 2020 Stingray Coupe, okay? Now, you know how you have a dream. People are like, oh, my dream house, my dream car. Now, when you dream about something and you want it so bad, now, once you acquire that thing, then what become of the dream? Now, is it still a dream? Are you still dreaming about something? Or now you have a new dream? You know, I'm never getting that. That don't make no sense to me. This is my dream house. Guys, when I was growing up, I always wanted a big house. Two-car garage. But one thing I didn't realize that the bigger the house is, the more it's going to cost for utilities. I didn't know that. Now, can you imagine my house in Colombia? I'll be paying for utilities maybe close to $1,000, $1,500 a month just for light bill. If I had a house like this, living in a house like this in Colombia, without solar panels on the roof, that's what I'd be paying just for light bill. But I was waiting to tell you guys this, but you know what? Let me show y'all my Corvette. All right, this is my Corvette. You can see it. There you go. This is my Corvette, y'all. This is not bad. You see that? My Corvette red, right? Now, I gotta tell you, I love money. For the longest, I wanted a G-Wagon, right? I wanted a G-Wagon. I'm like, I'm gonna give me a G-Wagon. I'm gonna give me a G-Wagon. But I got an ML350 Mercedes-Benz, over 250,000 miles on it, that I bought over 13 years ago. Okay? And that car gets me from point A to point B. When I started making a little bit of money, I didn't care about what kind of car I drove. Before then, yes, I wanted to drive a nice Mercedes. I wanted to drive, being a nice car, so I can show people that I was doing okay. But the difference now is I don't give a fat rat ass. Because when you are making money, when you have money, you don't want people to know you got money. Now, it's kind of funny that I make YouTube videos telling people that I got a lot of money coming in every month and make sure, hey, don't ask me for shit. Don't ask me for nothing. If you want to learn, I show you how to do it, and you can do it and make your own money, but don't ask me for nothing, right? And I'm very clear on that. But, guys, it don't matter what you drive. At some point, I might give me one of these, right? At some point, I might get me one of these. Maybe when I get to $1 million in income, I might give me one of those. Because I know that I'm not going to sell my house right now. Even though I plan to move to Colombia, I'm not going to sell my house right now. Right? I will be living between those three countries, Colombia, Dominican Republic, and maybe Panama. I got a family in Panama. So maybe I'll go and get an apartment there to where I can spend a couple of months out of the year there. But Dominican Republic, Colombia, Atlanta, Georgia, and maybe sometime I go to Africa. Because I can do what I do now, trading. Well, I don't trade, buy and sell. Buy, mostly buy. I sell sometimes to get rid of stuff that's not performing, but mostly buying to increase my dividend income. Now, as of Friday, my dividend income was $286,000 plus per year. That's estimated, right? And the last 2 weeks, this is not estimated, we did over $19,000 in dividend income just in the past 2 weeks. Okay. Now, of course, today's the new month. The new month has started, and we're going to see how we're going to do this month. Because I was traveling on Wednesday and Friday, so I didn't get a chance to buy any stocks, ETFs, to fill out some of my positions for the past week that will allow me to get a couple of extra $1,000. But everything happened for a reason. So now I can put that money into this week to build, the week starts today, tomorrow to put that into this coming week to buy a couple of positions that will increase the income for this week, right? So that's the goal. And when I say weekly, even though I don't, it's monthly, but it comes in every week. And I have a few positions that pay weekly in some of my portfolios, right? So Misty paid $4 and change for one share, right? I bought a bunch of them. I think I was over by $11,000. So the goal within the next coming year is to daily cost average, to pay down, to bring it down, to bring that back and collect my dividend. Now, as I collect those dividends will go to paying down the margins. The dividends will go to reinvesting into our lower yield to increase the income in our lower yield. So by the time we hit $1 million, we'll probably be generating 100, 200,000 out of our lower yield funds. And if that's not enough to say, you know what, and if some point I say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of investing in the high yield stuff, which I probably won't do as long as I got life in me and I can look at this stuff every day. I will continue to do that. But I would probably do it safely to where I'm not worried about nothing, because I already have my stuff invested into lower yield funds. I've been paying dividend for over 50 plus years, and I don't have nothing to worry about. Even though we got JP, JetQ, SHD, we haven't been around for 50 years, but they've been performing very well. Okay, guys, and so I don't want to make this video longer than I already am, but guys, remember to like, share the content, right? And let me know what you think about my Corvette, right? Let me know what you think about my Corvette. Like I said, at some point, I'm gonna get me a Stingray. If I do get one, it will be a convertible. Or it will be like a hot top that comes out, to get a little bit of sun in there, and maybe drive it a few times a year, But right now, technically, I make enough to afford one of those, but it doesn't make sense financially to do so, especially when I have plans to do other things in the U.S. and out of the United States. So guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube that makes video about my portfolio and trying to motivate you guys as we build this channel to be the best channel on these interweb. Okay guys, invest in your future, like, share the content, and leave a comment. Let me know if you like today's video or not. Just leave a comment. Okay guys, I appreciate you guys. Look at the number over there, 1,700 plus, right, subscribers. So at this rate, we might get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. This is last month. This is December, y'all. It don't cost y'all nothing to subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing to like the content. It don't cost you nothing to click the notification bell so you can get more of this content. Okay, guys? And I hope today help clear up some of the things that we've been talking about. And guys, do not forget about that Roth. Continue to buy those high yield funds. You can put some high yield funds in your Roth also. I got it in my Roth, and I don't have those set to reinvest because I got enough that when the money come in, I take that money and buy my lower yield. Right? I buy my lower yield. I buy my Palantir. I buy my SHD. I buy those because another 10 years from now, another 7 years from now, another 8 years from now, I will have over $200,000 in that account. We just hit 100,000 this year. In 5 years, that account just hit $100,000 within less than 5 years. If that's not amazing, I don't know what it is, right? But that's the dedication, right? The dedication. Sometimes I just eat potatoes. I just eat rice and beans and butter because I'm planning for my future. Guys, your health is very important, right? You can do all this investment, do all this stuff. If you don't take care of your health, you're not going to be around to enjoy it. So you got to take care of yourself also. You got to take care of your health. That is very important. Now, I'm not married. I'm a single man, right? But if you have a spouse, show your spouse what you're doing. Teach them how to do it. It is so easy, right? Help them. So, baby, let's set up your account. And let's do this. And you'd be surprised. You guys know dividend investment is addictive. And who don't like money? Who don't like money? It's like putting your money in a savings account and getting 110% of your money back every year. Who's not going to put money in the savings account instead of getting 0.00% or 3% or 4%? Exactly. It's a little risky, yes. But, I mean, this life is risk. You get out your bed, you go get in your car and step out of your house. It's a risk. You could be in your house and somebody's shooting outside and shoot you through the walls. Life is a risk, guys. But you got to choose the risk you take and do the ones that better suit you, that help you grow. Can you imagine you have an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month coming in and you're still working and you're like, what am I going to do with this money? That's a good problem to have when you got money coming in and you're like, where am I going to put this money? What am I going to do with this money? You know, it'd be like the drug dealers that they make all the money from drugs and then they take the money and bury it on the ground because they don't know how to do with it. This is what you do here when you're a dividend investor. When you got all this money coming in and you're like, shit, what am I going to do with this money? Where am I going to put this money? Put it back in more investment to get more money. Right? That when you give somebody something, you're like, man, I needed that money that I just give to that person, but I wanted to help them. Now, when you give somebody something, you don't even worry about it because that's not even in your budget. You just got extra money that you can spend. Guys, remember to invest in your future. I love you guys. Happy investing. I hope you guys like my vet. Right? The real one is coming at some point. When we get to $1 million, then I'll get the real one. Maybe $500,000. If we get to $500,000, maybe I'll get the real one. Maybe that's too soon. I need to say $1 million. Let's make it longer. I don't want to say $500,000 and at the end of the year we get it and I gotta go buy a car now. I like to stick to my words. So when we get to $1 million, then I'm gonna give me my stingray. Okay, guys. So stay blessed. Let me know what you're investing in and how your investments are doing. Now the goal, like I said, I talk about this all the time, is to be able to bring you guys on so we can have a conversation about your portfolio and maybe do an open thing where we can get other people to join and have a conversation about this community. We're gonna change things around. We're gonna change it up. We're gonna get there, right? And we're gonna use other people's money to get there, right? We're gonna use other people's money. All right, guys. So stay blessed. Stay out of trouble. Tomorrow, the market open. We're gonna get in there and see what we can buy. If not, we'll wait till ex-dividend date to buy what we need to buy, so we can get more money coming in as we can grow this portfolio. I don't know if we get to $300,000 by the end of this year, but if not, we got next year, and we're gonna try to double what we have this year and bring more money in. Okay, guys, stay blessed. Peace out.